All right, well, this is fate because I've been trying to get my next guest on for a while. Brandon Doman, the man of the Strangers Project, is here with me right now in his own studio at the Oculus. I mean, this is an upgrade from Washington Square Park, is it not?
Yeah, definitely. I love every space I get to share these, but this one's been really special.
So tell me about this project. I just heard it. You started in 2009?
Yeah, I started this in 2009 as what I thought was going to be a small little experiment. I set up a sign inviting people to sit and write about their life. Since then, I've collected more than 85,000 stories across the country, and I share them with beautiful communities online and then in physical installations like this.
And obviously Washington Square Park made an impact on this project, didn't it?
Yeah, so I do this in all kinds of different spaces, schools, museums, festivals, but a lot of what I do is just out in public space. And yeah, over the years, Washington Square Park here in New York has been a really special place for the project.
You know, since 2009, current events has not always been fun. Have you found that to be an increase in these stories based on the news as well?
Yes and no, but for the most part, these stories are really introspective, so they're tapping more into just journal entries about people's lives and where they're fitting in their lives in that moment. Stuff certainly does come up, but whenever I'm showing them, some of these, they are always from any point in history of the project. So even the stuff on the walls here could be from over 10 years ago, it could be from yesterday.
Now, obviously, I have a lot of followers, but for those who are not following, where can they follow you right now?
Just strangersproject.com. You can find everything, but I'm most active on Instagram, StrangersProj. Also getting started on TikTok, but just the website has everything as well.
What's it mean to slow people down like this? I mean, this is a bustling city, but here we are standing in front of all these different stories, kind of slowing us all down a little bit.
Yeah, they're always written in person. That's been a really important part for me. You know, you can read them online, but they're only shared pen and paper in person, nothing mailed in, nothing sent in online. I really wanted people to have the opportunity to, as you said, slow down, sit, work with the actual sheet of paper, that physical touch of being right there in the moment.
All right, let me ask you this. Have people become not strangers through this project? I mean, have people actually connected through this?
Absolutely. Both. I've continued to meet a lot of these people, regulars that come back, and then other people many times have said they've, ended up talking to somebody else writing a story, especially like in Washington Square Park where somebody would see someone else with a clipboard and they'd be like, oh, are you doing the story thing too? And yeah, people have definitely connected.
Is the diversity as much as in New York City? Do you see that diversity through all these notes?
Everybody. It's all ages, all walks of life. Everybody.
Now, have you written your own story as well?
I've done a few anonymously mixed in among probably about 3 times over the past 15 years.
Wow. Oh, it's an impromptu interview, so it's all off the cuff. I love that, though. You're able to roll with it,
For sure.
This is the Oculus. Obviously, people can find you here, but I feel like your impact is felt worldwide. Do you feel that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's, as much as I love being able to do this in person, there's also a really beautiful global community of people that read these all over the world. And it's really exciting when those people get to finally see the space in person. Every day here, especially somewhere like the Oculus, it's New York, people are visiting. I have people come in all the time who are saying, I've been following this for 1, 5, 10 years, and they're so excited when they finally get to see it.
Are you a New Yorker by blood, by birth?
Not originally. I'm from Michigan originally, which is where I started this, but I moved to New York in 2012.
And what inspired you to put this out there into the New York City world?
I've been doing it for a few years before that. Before I was doing this full time, I worked with a nonprofit called Active Minds, doing mental health work with college students all around the country. And I actually ran one of their national touring programs. And I got to do this in my free time as I was traveling around the country. And one of our events was here in New York City, and I fell in love with it. So I just changed my plane ticket to go to New York instead of back to Michigan, and so I've been here ever since.
Any strong emotions after people write these letters? I mean, have you seen crying? Have you seen laughing? Have you seen almost a big sigh of relief?
Everything you can imagine. So every type of emotion. People are sharing some really intimate moments of their life sometimes. We actually have tissue boxes all around the space because there are a lot of tears shed, but in a good way. A lot of people say it's a really good cry for them.
Well, you're leaving your mark on the city, and I'm so glad to have this time with you today.
Yeah, I'm so glad to chat with you.
This was Brandon from the Strangers Project, and we'll follow up again.
Yeah, sounds great.